audit report free. Corporations, agencies, state agencies, buy. In that report, Baba Daddy say, a bra transitional team ni year Juma 2016 ye to abawie ye no. One ministry. Wamo submit bill of 11.5 billion Ghana cedis. Yes. And almost submit here. Ministry of Roads. Say a car a dawa. SSN and Nadu Abanya Waba Baimufro Otria. Edema some contractors. Now what the main Auditor General Report to them. Actually, corporations ni institutions ye buy nyina no report on the buy no. Womo disallow ene domrevoya onama. Ono na eka say ye corruption no, ono akoro ya. E disallow 5.7 billion Ghana cedis in 2017. Say they submitted the NPP buying a yaba by move for say in piano. Na yet the contractors binum cano. Womu yen munu a fake. And no moment traha. And can say a President Mahama or co because companies din and a nurse when your President Mahama dini. Entimen trafie ha nkase. Eye President Mahama na walusu aba oko. Oni internal auditors ye wo sa instruction mu wo. Ene submit sa fake bill na komo kwa jisika afri MPP abayan ya ba foforo. No. Enti say entimen kan say na no 2017. Mo submit a debt of 11.5 billion. Say abaya abafufro in 2017 entry. Auditor General yen twetwamuno hu say 5.7 billion there. Ye tuama sa companies na enye yie. Yanka say President Mahama. Yanka say President Mahama minister bi. Yanka say President Mahama CEO bi. What has changed? I ne. Ya submitted the same yi. Every year biano year bia ekoso say cocoa issues abomoso electricity abomoso fuel abomoso na se Ghana for e kan ho asema na se Auditor General e de report wa ba mo ma me 1 year afibia Yeah, Auditor General Report since 1992. Irregularities MIA na ekoko sise. Auditor General Report to be abama yaka say. A minister when a koko so irregularities, you know, at young quantifian quadiscan, a piety since 1992. Since 1992, Auditor General Report to Ben Abba as a president to be. Onen appointees in a course of irregularities, you know, and the young call mufie and coaches you. Yen traha and re Emma the rare issue now. Affected the Ghanaian people no mon kataso. Emma used to say, Auditor General Report identify 8.6 billion beer nanka MPP 4 and ne kwako Jessica Nadi. Now let me take my time. Na nenu yenya juma emo biante because in 2017 a brasa report no ba ya ye rejected 5.6 billion Ghana cedis no. The former Auditor General Daniel Demulevo eka say womo cause sa problem no eye the internal auditors womo ena nya omadwuma yie ena omo hye companies yachi ena company no epese ebu oman ne faso na ahwe publication ye kita me ya A Business and Financial Times, 5th February 2018. Auditor General fights internal auditors. Auditor General fights internal auditors. 11 billion government liability saga. The Auditor General has wrapped internal auditors in public service, essentially blaming them for the attempt by certain individuals and corporations to fleece the state of several billions of Ghana cedis. In the now famous report of the Auditor General on the liabilities of ministries, departments, and agencies as of 31st December 2016, which has just been submitted to the Speaker of Parliament and intercepted by the media, the head of the audit service suggests that internal auditing is being done poorly. There is a need to revisit internal auditing in the public sector. The Auditor General Report demands and appears to suggest that internal auditors are not working with independence from principal spending officers of the various ministries, departments, and agencies. In this report, which is keen interest when it is discussed by the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, the Auditor General has certified that only 6.3 billion out of the total claims submitted by the Ministry of Finance and MMDC to the audit service must be settled as government liabilities. In the case of the claim filed by the Ministry of Finance, the 6.3 billion constituted 54% of a total claim of 11.8 billion. But the same amount represented 61% of the 10.3 billion claimed by MMDAs. In total, an amount of 5.4 billion, representing 46% of claims submitted by the Ministry of Finance to the Audit Service, was rejected. While a total of 4.4 billion out of the 10 billion claims submitted by MMDA to the Audit Service as liabilities was rejected. In all, 11 billion. In some of the most drastic rejections, the Electoral Commission, Ministry of Communication, and Ministry of Tourism and Culture saw a combined 316 million rejected outright. There was 293 million liability recorded for the Electoral Commission for the Ministry of Communication, 23 million for the Ministry of Communication, 311 million for the Ministry of Tourism, Culture, and Creative Arts, as captured in a table. And the report to 11 billion. And you rejected in 2017. This is the Auditor General Report, evidence-based. And the more being quantitative, Babi say, Auditor General netina sino, or ye na jumano, NPP officials be. Actually, I 8 billion Ghana cedis in 2024, and the MPP ya for. Now, Sasana Mokanda Bisamo say in 2017, the same Auditor General rejected 11 billion, and the Andis for me ya for, including President Mahama. Yebisamo Andisi for say more masana by mono. 2017 Auditor General Report. The Auditor General rejected 11 billion. And yet 8 billion na nemu ye de no. And yes, Sika Minister been a sign yo. And yes, Sika CEO been a sign yo. Where ye internal auditors in yo majuma ria. No man correct the course. Electricity Company of Ghana, at the company weka. Ghana Water Company, at the company weka, Yamamu contract say, Yamamu say, Ministry of Tourism, at the company weka, and to Amuntuia. And tia kwa nina koko wia. Not the principal auditor, not Tinasia Casino. Where the Anquandi Amo, internal auditors now, more was our agencies now, more the report on Abano, report on a fake, into your rejected. And to say, internal auditors, our ECG. Internal auditors, our Ghana Water. Internal auditors, our National Petroleum Authority. A submitted claim. Say a liability a binding day through the Ministry of Finance. Not say Coco Drew, not say Auditor General Nankasat Nase, Edina Nisha, Krojino, a corner for the necessary documentation. Because, and yes, a claim no Codriano, na Auditor General na certifies your own tria, Yentria, there be. Because a claim no, a court Auditor General, why they will certify and then send it back. Say where they a genuine claim, send it back to the Ministry of Finance. And then the Ministry of Finance would then issue a confirmation certificate, including a warrant, to the controller. Say, this company is in the you are certified and may the warrant to so pay them. And to somebody claim no qua internal auditors in the young one say. Internal auditors, womuni companies here. Say mimi company ko ye aduma ewo ECG. Internal auditor o ye aduma o ECG ho. Internal auditor o ye aduma o ECG ho no. Omuni ECG fo no na diri. Ento omunya submit claim ni say wie say pa. It's up to the Auditor General to do a proper verification and send what must certify say claim way a valid way any valid way payment way mo yeah on this day no ya disallow. That is a process. Person will be challenging me say and yes ana process in it here mo de kwa bi kura o ha ye be submit audit report no dia command the main auditor general no ebi wo kura ne ye payment dada ebi wo ho ne ye payment dada enti e be submit akone ye payment dada no otimi call for documentation o hwe ma o se no we am ye payment dada ma disallow enti monko enko gisika ne back we ye nyantuaye ba me hwe documentation no ne explanation no explanation insisi so enti no ma disallow ye tua enye ye enti claim na mo de baaye no Auditor General reject e basa yes certify say e mo muntua enti sa de na mo ye last week report na Deputy Finance Minister eko submitted to the Speaker of Parliament no. We have the same report. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, the report will be given to the Public Accounts Committee. How many former appointees? And I'm going to say they should appear before the Public Accounts Committee. In any case, aban we ba ya omuye dede say corruption obesi nei report to be no matima generatia a genuine report apart from the mafu ora report na nekita omonne atonsuo mu ora report na ne wo mudi kwabna dubu anyi case ya mesi ye be di case ni be wie no na aban ne di kwabna dubu anyika me da metia mesi sa case ni ye be di case ni be wie no na government of Ghana e di kwabna dubu anyika take it or leave it maka wie mesi sa criminal case na e koso no ni nyina ka orafo na omo ye dede we ya disika we ya yesei ye ngu nkrofo ni mase no ye bedi case ni bawie no na government of Ghana e de kwabna dubu anka you can take it or leave it madam akawie na saaso na besi ensesa ye bedi asem ni bawie no na government of Ghana denka until 2011 you rejected 11 billion. And to say, no rejected 8 billion. That's a Muslim NPP for your comfort there. And then your mom submitted and the end of the you want to a tell ye a year because Muchang tell ye. Muchang tell ye 2017, 11 billion. And now Auditor General rejected. And now Auditor General rejected 8 billion. Much young can say NPP for. But, per what I've just read, you know, Daniel Domrevo, the former auditor, a blame internal auditor, say problem I have facing in Nano, we should blame them. Now, so far, report na Ankasa Nay, offer portions in Ibebra, Babia Niwa, Yabo MPP Dini. Babia niwa yabo Akufo-Addo dini. Babia niwa yabo Kenoforata dini. Intini ya bisa se ediya na MDC fo pesa omo kata soa. Omo niabre on the Auditor General Report because se Auditor General Report waba na se amo Kenoforata dini. Auditor General Report waba amo Minister Bia dini wom. Woman chire me 1 page. Me woman chire me 1 page ya. Auditor General Report no mo submitted last week no about 1 minister and now 1 Akufo-Addo appointee dini wom say or no and the church say yenko Jesus can no way. Na Samon tiakin kan so dia mon chire baabi e just 1 ayi na mpese me ready baabi ma mo hwe ade o so far Ofa bit say report to be a member can kind of has CCA. Actually say Obia or say abandon BSC prepaid smart meters. I know you no. Or say we noted that during our inspection at the Tema depot warehouse, that 6,096 units of prepaid meters, value at 5 billion remained unused and abandoned for several years. Meanwhile, new prepaid continued to be procured and issue under the loss of reduction program. And the prepaid meters, you know, a buy now air corner, a handing over. Handing over note to me say, a banner crap prepaid meters, a crack cables, and the abba. A diana nano ayirano, once or modiaba Auditor General Report. Adiana prepaid meters ni cables na abanja ba ebe ma electricity bo ayemre akofam no aban we so mu nyusu nti na omo Auditor General so ye ntwehwemu no the new government to new prepaid but near ye recommended a European Union and adie tum se obia nyusu no aban we say na de ye nyusu ye se na kwotofoforo ye kwa sign contract foforo because new contract no and na yebenya bia ye de adie and we a MPP asem say MPP crap prepaid eba meters ba not a bedroom middle of and now later part of 2024 na ya to aba mo say MPP fo nkofie and the prepaid na ba be di wa zoom power no what is that prepaid no enyam na me kotoye enti me sign contract foforo na manya bia di na magye sika foforo afri Ghana for akwa prepaid wo mreko ye wo prepaid na re ho sem ne say